Now, what they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex trafficking, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be.
It was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want to adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
You won't believe what's coming out of Chaya right now. Diddy's family drama just took a wild turn, and it's all thanks to Jane B, who used to be super close to them, and now she's finally speaking up about how Diddy really treats his adopted daughter while he keeps trying to act like the perfect family guy. Jane says otherwise, and if what she's saying is true, his whole image could come crashing down. This is the kind of raw celebrity chaos we live for, and we're about to break it all down for you from the inside, because this story is buzzing everywhere, and people can't stop talking about it. Jane even introduced Diddy to his ex, so trust she's been there from the start and knows way more than she's letting on.
I give my opinion. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. A black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now, and that he has shown by being Brother Love, I couldn't imagine that the police could be raiding him for sex trafficking? Nah, bruh. I couldn't imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't him back then. He's a totally different person that he became. If you've seen him on other platforms, inviting men to party with him, inviting men to go shopping with him. You understand? That wasn't Puffy. That wasn't Diddy. That was Brother Love and Love.
How you feel about all the people that's wondering why haven't any of Diddy big name friends came out to defend him?
Because either two things that I believe. Either they know some of the stuff is true, either they took part in some of the stuff that happened, or they scared that it may mess up their brand. See, nobody wants to be in contact with anybody that allegedly was sex trafficking. You see what the WWF did to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was one of those people that was called for sex trafficking. We don't hear a lot about it because he gave up the company, he did what he was supposed to do, and he became Ghost. But now you see they trying to do the same thing to Puffy. They trying to make him or hip hop the face of sex trafficking, like they was going to do to WWF at one time, because that was a big story. So a lot of his people that know him, a lot of the people that been in those parties and seen probably some unscrupulous shit that went down and was like, ooh, I was there. I hope they don't got me on tape. They feeling a certain way. So they're not going to speak on nothing until they've been approached with something. You got to realize when Homeland Security get their evidence together, they're going to send agents out. You understand? They might send an agent out to me. Yo, what do you know? What have you heard? What have you seen? What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, did this happen when you was around him? Did this happen back in the day? That's what they're gonna wanna know. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna send investigators out. They're gonna send people out for anybody that they can get some information from to help their case. So those celebrities ain't gonna say nothing. You know, you got your man Stevie J speaking on it right now. He'll be one of the first dudes that they'll probably pull to the side and say, yo, well, you say that your man, I heard you on TMZ say that he never did this and he never did that, but ain't this you? If those pictures or those films or anything like that exists, you know what I'm saying? That's what they pay those agents to do. So, of course, I don't believe that none of the people who are his celebrity friends is going to speak or say nothing until they're either contacted.
James Deal didn't hold back when calling out Diddy's parenting, saying he often acted like his adopted daughter didn't even exist while he stayed wrapped up in his own world. Gene remembers watching her wander through the house alone looking lost, broken, and deeply sad, and for someone in the celebrity circle to witness that kind of emotional distance, it's chilling. Gene says Diddy would forget major moments like her birthday or school events, painting the picture of a child craving love and attention but getting nothing in return. He describes the emotional neglect as so deep it left her feeling invisible and unloved right in her own home, and in one of the most heartbreaking memories he shares, he recalls hearing her crying alone in bed, just wishing for a real father who truly cared.
I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Barone.
Eva Barone Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody. We want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it, because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids and I got permission from your mother, and say all of that just because it's crazy out here.
I met Jesse and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then basically sisters, all 4 of us.
6 months.
I always come over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Barone Combs.
And his word ain't shh. His word is nothing no more. Anything that somebody says against him is going to be considered the truth, bro. Anybody could come out and say that he did this and he did that. Whether wrong, right, or indifferent. Anybody could say that now. Because he's lied to the public for so long with this Cassie stuff.
When she say that Diddy gave her lace weed, do you believe that? You being around Diddy at one point, is that, something that he'll do?
When I knew Puff, he didn't smoke weed. And then I'm looking at the dates and the times. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was 2003. And I was still with Bad Boy in 2003. And I ain't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, I mean, she also claims that Diddy blackballed her.
Well, they do that all the time, bro. Did you hear his own vice president or A&R or whatever tell the whole making of a band? If y'all leave, if y'all don't do what he tell y'all to do, y'all never work in the music industry again?
It's clear Jin must have witnessed some heavy things to come forward like this because he's not known for stirring drama without a reason, so the fact that he's calling out Diddy's alleged mistreatment of his daughter speaks volumes. But before we jump to conclusions, we've also heard Diddy's side. And you already know he's not staying silent on something this explosive. The real question now is whether Diddy will take any responsibility or spin a whole new version of what went down behind closed doors, because the truth is bound to shake things up either way.
On the video of Diddy where he brings out the little girl who he says he adopted, what were your thoughts when you saw that video, and what's your opinion on what it's really about?
Play that for me, John, so people know what I'm talking about. Because everybody only play the small version. Play the whole version and then y'all understand.
As we finish off, you go, Justin.
My name is Justin, aka Just Glow. I'm a Capricorn, and I'm about that action, and I'm about raising money for the healthcare people. And we're just so blessed and thankful, and thank y'all for supporting us today. Gang.
What's next?
What up, y'all? I'm Quincy. I want to say thank y'all for rocking with us.
What you got? One of the prettiest motherfuckers God ever made.
Sorry. I'm a Gemini. For everybody wondering. And thank y'all so much for just, tuning in with us. We felt the energy. We saw the comments. Let's keep it going. This is, we wanted to do this to just wake everybody up in a way of just, in a loving way. So help everybody have a happy Easter. Jesus is risen. Anybody else?
Yeah. Everyone, introduce yourself.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs. Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it, because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids and I got permission from your mother, and say all of that, just make it, because it's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then we basically are sisters, all four of us. So,
6 months is crazy.
I always come over.
Yes. And it's Ava Baroni Combs.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm
Diddy, and I'm a Sagittarius, the best sign in the world. And yeah.
Yeah. Who next?
Hi, I'm Chance. I'm a Cancer, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching.
Okay. There was a song by the Floaters back in the day that we grew up on. Float, float on. Y'all remember that? And my name is Larry, and I'm a Sagittarius. And I like a woman who loves everything and everybody. That's pretty much what he was doing, y'all. And this young lady was used to doing. I know he had his other kids doing it and saying all of that. But y'all see what he said? Did y'all really catch what he said? He picked me up off the streets. 1 minute, then he goes and say, because I was on the streets, living on the streets. Then the next minute he's telling her, oh no, say your parents' name, you know, your other parents' name. That's the confusion right there, just in those statements. But a billionaire picking up a little white girl off the streets and adopting her and calling her his own to come home and play with my kids? Oh man. Y'all can't see this is trafficking? Okay, all right. Okay, he just helping out a nice little white girl that needed some a family. Okay. Okay. Come on, y'all. Y'all smarter than this. Y'all smarter than this. The way that young girl was talking and looking in the camera and all of that, she had did it before. They were doing that. That's how you shop people to pedophiles and people. We know she used the name of a person. Y'all know what they say about people that are Sagittarius. They freaky as a motherfucker, right? So why she said that was her sign. Or Scorpios, Sagittarius and Scorpios, okay, y'all don't know, all right. Oh, man, that's the most damaging thing I done saw to law enforcement. Let them find out her name is on one of those flights out of the country. Why y'all think they subpoenaed everybody that was on that plane and everybody that was traveling with him on planes, and he took her across a state line? Y'all just don't know, man. This trafficking, this sex trafficking, it's crazy. He needs help. He needs help. And like I said, I'm not gonna shit on him just yet, because if there's 1 or 2% chance that he's innocent of all of the accusations that we all making on him on YouTube, all the companies that's making him sell his stocks and disassociating themselves with him. I've been seeing lately a lot of people like Ed Lover and was it my boy Luke and all of them. Benzino, I told y'all about, y'all heard me say that on Vlad, has been coming to his defense lately. Floyd Mayweather. Did y'all hear what 50 Cent said about Floyd Mayweather for coming to his defense? I'll tell you that 50, I love that nigga. It's something about 50 I like. That's the type of nigga I can hang with. But,
Even if Diddy wasn't going to let Gene D's accusations slide without firing back, he dropped a statement fast, trying to set the record straight, saying everything Gene claimed was flat out false, and that he's always been a loving and present father to all of his kids, including his adopted daughter. But if we're being real, Diddy's response felt kind of surface level. He didn't touch on any of the specific things Jane said, like the emotional neglect or the moments that painted him as cold and distant. Instead, he just leaned into vague talk about family love and being there for his kids without giving any solid answers.
I want to get into this real quick, man, before we really even get started into this. And it's because something I seen today. This girl, Tiffany Red, she said that she was filing a claim against Diddy. But it touched me crazy, man, because the hurt that I seen in her voice, in her she crying, man, and she worrying about what this dude could do to her and what he has done to her. Man, listen here. I want to let this young lady know, and I know this is not the place for it, brother, but please allow me to say this to her, man. You know what I'm saying? I started this battle long time ago. And the situation is that, bruh, we already won. This was some spiritual that Pac, the spirit of Pac, the spirit of Big, the spirit of Miss Jones, the spirit of Wolf, all the people that he has done wrong, you know, so Black, all the people that he has done wrong, bruh, is coming to light. We already won this spiritual. What we going through right now with these trials and everybody, you know, with this financial situation and everything like that, all that is superficial. That's the physical part of it. The spiritual part of it was won because Big, Pac, Wolf Mother, all the people that he did wrong, bruh, you understand? They already won the battle where we were supposed to win it at. So now we just going through the physical part of it, man. And I want that girl to know, man, that she ain't gotta fear no man. She ain't gotta fear him, nobody else, man. Whenever she needs, you understand? Whenever she needs somebody to travel, to go with her, to make sure she all right, you know, I'm a phone call away, man. I'm a phone call away. And you know, go ahead with your questioning, man. I just had to get that out, man, because that girl touched a lot of people, man, because all she wanted to do was write music, make music, and show her talent and her love to the people, man. And then she got to feel this way, be fearful and scared of her life and stuff like that. Ma, I ain't scared of no man. You understand? I ain't scared of no man. Nobody that got to put their pants on the same way. Oh, y'all going after a Black man? Y'all trying to tear a Black man down? No, it's a big difference from a nigga and a Black man. He was doing shit to people that he never thought that it would come back at him. Now, if he never did anything to those girls, if those girls was lying, then he would have never settled out. It was a girl that came out, Cam, 2.5 years before Cassie came out, and went on a major platform and told him how he was kicking her, beating her, and made her get rid of 2 kids. A girl named Gina came out on a major platform that he was dating, that she had texts from Cassie, and her and Cassie was texting each other back and forth, and Cassie was saying, I don't hate you, I know how he is, and they was talking about each other and talking to each other. She came out 2 years ago. So you tell me, Cam, why didn't nobody take her case?
Maybe they didn't I could guess. Maybe they didn't believe him because he's puffy. He got a lot of star power. He can fight back. You know.
She had no lawyers or nobody that was interested in going through that battle, and that long drawn out court battle, that they had to file papers. They had to do that 2-3 years ago. 2-3 years down the road, she ain't coming up with a dime. Cassie had the lawyers and the people who put the money behind the lawyers to make sure that her case was clammed tight so she could win. You don't get those type of lawyers, man, without somebody putting some money behind you. Those were high-profile lawyers that had won major.
This clip is stirring up serious questions and emotions all over again, especially with the resurfaced footage of Diddy introducing the young white girl. He says the adopted now gaining traction. Once more, the way he frames it, saying he wanted her to experience being raised by a Black parent, sounds noble on the surface, but it also raises eyebrows in light of the current allegations against him. People are digging deeper now, asking what his true intentions were and whether this was really about love and care or if something else was at play. The moment is being re-examined through a much sharper lens, and it's clear that folks want the full story, not just the edited clips everyone's been seeing. There's a lot more to unpack here, and the public's not letting this one slide without answers.